Good morning and Boker Tov. This week's Torah portion deals with the laws of charity, caring and providing for the poor, the needy, those less fortunate in our communities and in our society. The Torah says when you see that the means of your brother are faltering, you should strengthen him. You should support him. You should give him financial assistance so that he could live with you and be successful as well. And then the Torah says, give him a loan, but do not take interest on the loan. And finally the Torah concludes and says, I am the Lord your God, who took you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. And the commentaries ask, what's the connection between strengthening the hands of a poor man by supporting him financially, or giving him a loan and not taking interest on the loan? What does that have to do with I am the Lord your God who took you out of the land of Egypt? And the Ksav Sofer explains in the following manner. He says, when God took us out of slavery, we would have been delighted, overjoyed just to go free, even with merely the shirts on our back. Think of, God forbid, someone who's in confinement, in prison, and they're set free. They're so overjoyed just to go out. We were in slaves for hundreds of years as slaves. But God says, no, I'm not just going to take you out of slavery. I'm going to send you out with wealth, with abundance. Go to your Egyptian neighbors and ask them for gold and silver. And God put the favor of the Jewish people in the eyes of their Egyptians, and the Egyptians gave them gold and silver. When the Jews left, they didn't just go out physically, but they went out with a tremendous amount of resources so that they could leave with honor and with dignity, with compensation for their years of slavery. And therefore God says, just like I ensured that you will be free not just physically, but have financial wealth, abundance as well, so too you should bestow that kindness that I bestowed upon you when I took you out of Egypt. That if you see someone who's in a form of confinement, financial confinement, restraints, difficulties, struggles, you should assist them. And not just assist them in a minimalist way, but give them a loan and don't take interest. Do for them what I have done for you. Tell a story about a fellow who sees that his friend is going through some hard times. So he goes to him and he says, here's some money, I know you're having a hard time. The fellow says, no, I will not take money, I refuse to accept charity. So finally the guy says, I'm not giving it to you as charity. It's a loan. When you're able to, you'll pay me back. The fine fellow says, fine, if it's a loan, I'll take it. A year later, thank God, his situation improved. He goes back to his friend with an envelope. He says, here's the money you loaned me. Thank you, I want to repay you. And the other guy says, no, I'm not taking it. He says, what do you mean you're not taking it? You told me that you're giving it to me as a loan. That was the only reason I accepted it. What do you mean that you refuse to take the money back? He said, yes, I said that when you have the money, you'll pay me back. But let me explain to you what I meant when I said you'll pay me back. He said, I was once in a difficult situation myself financially. And someone came to me and gave me a loan and said, when you're able to, you'll pay me back. And when I went to pay him back, he said to me, I want you to pay me back in the following manner. He said, next time you see someone who's in need, take this money and loan it to them. And that's the way you'll pay me back. He said, when I saw your situation, I took that amount of money that I owed that other person and I paid him back by giving it to you. And therefore, I'm asking you to pay me back in the same exact manner. When you see someone who's in need, take this money and loan it to the next person. The Torah says, you have been the recipient of God's kindness. The way to pay back God is by paying it forward. Every single person has received many blessings in their life that was more than they deserved. And therefore, when you see a person who is in need, bestow upon them kindness and generosity, just like God has done for you. Have a wonderful day.